There is a reason that the attack has been so severe. There is a direct correlation between the severity of your attack and the size of your purpose. The magnitude of your destiny has everything to do with the attack that's on your life. I'm not speaking to if you've been walking in disobedience and in rebellion against God, and you've been walking in a way or living a life that you know is not pleasing to God. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to individuals that have been sacrificing and have been living for God and striving to do right and striving to please God, and still find themselves in the midst of a storm. In the midst of trials and tribulations. It's like they keep coming no matter how much you obey, no matter how much you say yes to God, no matter how much you give, no matter how much you sacrifice, no matter how much you serve. It seems like the attack gets more severe. There is a reason. But here's the challenge. The challenge is to stay obedient to everything that God has told you to do in the midst of unfavorable circumstances. To be sensitive to these Gethsemane moments where you are at the limit of despair, but you say to God, not my will, but your will be done. I submit to you that Christ conquered the cross in the garden because he accepted the perfect will of God. We can't get off of our cross. The Bible teaches us to arm ourselves likewise, to suffer in the flesh, even as Christ suffered. Furthermore, it says that we are crucified with Christ. In other words, we're going to go through a crucifixion process. There's mortification and there's crucifixion. Mortification is the deeds of your flesh that you have to destroy. But crucifixion is when you are publicly annihilated and you did nothing wrong. Although God has allowed it, he is there to go through it with you, although he may not deliver you from it. He is there to comfort you and to build you in the midst of it. And sometimes we get so discouraged because God does not remove it from our path. But there are certain things that God will not remove from you, but he will take you through. That Red Sea experience, I got to take you through something to show my power in the midst of this situation. And so as vessels of God, we must always refresh the yes to God. Refresh the yes to God. Say yes again and again, every day, every moment of every day. Say it again. When you're hurting, say it again. When you're lied on, say it again. When you're misunderstood, say it again. When they're talking about you, say it again. When they're plotting against you, say it again. Because in the midst of your yes, there will be a process. And so when you say yes to God, you say yes to process. When you say yes to God, you say yes to pain. You say yes to being uncomfortable. You say yes to being forgotten about. You say yes to being misused. You say yes to being mistreated. You say yes to a lot of these things. Why? Because Christ went through it. And we are his disciple. We are his father. And the servant is no greater than the master.